All right, well, that was cool. How's everyone doing? That was fun, right? Free money? It happened. They did the pumpy thing. Fix back to 1873. Called that fun ride. It was over quick, but bull trap. Definitely bull trap. Just bulls pumping to get VIX back down. VIX is gonna go right back up again. The hedge is extremely negative right now, and positioning is not positive. And now we're gonna get call capitulation, right? It was fun though, right? You make a lot of money really fast that way. $2 contracts hitting $8. Not bad. I want to hear Powell talk again. Oh, sorry, it's just me now. I've just been grinding away like SPX contracts this entire time. I think I've made like 7 or 8 grand now. That was fun. To your point, Hazy. Yeah, I don't really see the upside positioning necessary yet for the pump that you're talking about. I will point out something interesting about the chip sector specifically. Um, they are being bought into at a shocking rate in order to, well, let's say this, pumps in nvidia and amd on non-options volume, so exchange volume, are highly correlated with drops in the vix. So remember, nvidia is extremely heavily weighted right now. It's probably one of the most overvalued, if not the most overvalued company in NASDAQ right now. And because of its increased weighting since earnings, it makes it an excellent tool to push NASDAQ up. They're using the rest too, but the options chains aren't as beneficial. Google has a lot of put interest. Microsoft has a lot of put interest. Apple's just float is enormous. QQQ gonna hurt bad when that fails. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. What's on the agenda for the rest of the day? We might settle out around kind of the neutral point here. 40-10, 40-20. It seems to be where we're seeing more positioning come in and gamma starting to flatten out a bit. I'd like to see gamma flatten out a little more. But like I said last night, and kind of what we saw today was, we saw large, cheap put positioning as a downside hedge, and then intermittent call positioning to trade upside volatility, which is unusual. Generally speaking, these events are straddled and our gamma is flat, right? Like gamma just flattens out, generally around one like psychological breakpoint, like 4,000 or 4050. And then we get like a slight negative skew here, slight positive skew here, but fairly flat. As of this morning, very negative skew to the downside, and then really not a lot, just intermittent calls on the upside, but kind of weak, right? And what we've seen today is calls flood in to upside price action, cut profits, and then prices drop again, right? And that's all supported by this larger, longer dated downside hedge, which was bought primarily yesterday and the day before when puts were extremely cheap. And because of the discounted nature of that downside hedge, that opens up a lot more flexibility to play the upside. So right now, really no call side support long term until 40.45. Gamma's starting to flatten out between our current price and the 40-40 strike. So we are starting to get a little more flattening of the gamma, although the downside positioning is still very strong here. It's starting to flatten out here with some positive gamma on the is that 40-25, 40-30, the 40-30 strike, and then flat, and then we start to see some long side gamma. So this is the range we're starting to flatten out in. The current gamma exposure on SPX is negative 3.2 billion skew adjusted.